Harley Quinn, Season 5, Episode 2. Let's see how far they expand upon the premiere episode, and let's talk about it. All right, welcome back, Geek Variant. So we are talking about Harley Quinn, and this is Season 5. Again, they had a disastrous Season 4 as far as me and Brent were concerned. It wasn't necessarily the best, but hey, it got picked up and renewed for another season, so they had to have something going. Something made sense. Whatever works, right? So getting into Season 5, the premiere started off really solid. I thought they were kind of going somewhere, and they were going to really kind of get into some stuff. Episode 2 seems for the most part detached from anything that went on in episode 1. More just randomness showing up. So we got Harley and Ivy exploring their new place. They talked about the condo last episode. This is great. Got this new place, all this expensive stuff. Lena helped get these decorators to come in and make it all nice and pretty. And there's coasters with Harley and Ivy's face on it. It is absolutely fantastic looking place. As they are about to really enjoy the place and get hot and heavy, because hey, they're gonna get it on every inch of the house. Like that's their plan. We get a knock at the door, and we see King Shark show up for absolutely no reason. King Shark shows up. I don't know what he knew, how they knew where they were, what was going on. He just showed up. Was like, hey, you're here. I'm here. I moved here because there's a fantastic schooling program for the kids. And I've got several of them. I don't know how many there are. It's like at least 7 or 11 of them running around that. And so all these little shark kids come running through the place and start tearing the place up immediately. And he's like, you're their god aunties. I need you to babysit because I got a date. No one else wants to do it. Really? And y'all know people like that who just showed up like, hey, did you do this for me? Don't ask for nothing. Just, I need you to do it. Bye. So either way, that causes a problem because now they can't do what they were about to do. And these shark creature kids are tearing up everything, literally biting holes through doors, furniture, and just causing ruckus. Ivy's like, I'm out of here. I got to go meet up with Lena anyway to go work on some stuff for the botany thing. So she takes off to go there while Harley has to deal with the kids. When she gets there, she ends up running into this Dr. Woodrow. Now, she immediately got in her feelings about something because she got some issues with Dr. Woodrow. And whatever the issues were caused her to like bail. Like she had to get out of there quickly. Lena had to come talk some sense into her. And eventually she went back and was like, you know what? We should try to start over. We can start like it's fresh. I'm not going to hold it against me. You know what you did. So we're good. And we'll just go from there. I'm like, this is Ivy. Not so easy. We'll figure how that goes and get back to that. Back to Harley. Harley is sitting there trying to figure out how to do these kids, and she's gonna get the call from Lena. Hey, come to this birthday party. It's just a fantastic thing. We're just gonna hang out and go, and this is what we're gonna do. Bam! They get to the birthday party. Kids run loose and start tearing up a bunch of stuff. It's a fake Princess Pippa, which Harley's not happy about, but she's happy with all the magical horses and corn dogs and everything else. So everybody starts having a good time until the sharks eventually start tearing stuff up. Mainly Sean? I mean, the main shark with the green on. He's just kind of tearing things up, and he's the main. Hey, you want to smell my butt under my fin? Whatever. Like he's just doing everything under the sun to be as annoying as possible, and it's wild. So it's just like, okay, what are we gonna do with him? But Harley decides that she loves this place and she wants to be a member of this club because it's very exclusive. So while chasing Sean through the vents and everything, she eventually falls to the office of the guy who runs the place and says, I want to be part of this. I want to do this. This is everything you need to do. He doesn't get a word in edgewise, and she's back to the vents chasing the shark as she's trying to figure out what's going on. Eventually, sometimes she leaves a voice message for Ivy, and that's where we get to the meat and potatoes. It's like, okay, Ivy decides that she wants to do what the guy did to her. So what Jason Woodrow did to her, which caused her to become Poison Ivy. So this is where we get a good little backstory. This is what happened to her. She ended up having to inject herself with the serum that she was using to work on Frank and bring Frank up from a baby to be what he is. While trying to protect him, Woodrow was trying to take it for himself because he wants to be a billionaire. This is all stuff that he can make. And because you made it under his tutelage, it belongs to him. You're just a student. No one's going to care about you, blah, blah, blah. He is going off, and then eventually they knock over some chemicals. He runs out, locks her in there. You're going to suffer. The plan will survive because you said it's poison, but I'm willing to take you out to get the plan. So she ends up having to inject herself with the serum, turns herself into Poison Ivy, essentially, and Woodrow apparently is nowhere to be found. I guess he escapes, and she doesn't do anything after that. That's it. So she finally runs into him, at this party thing, or the body thing, and it's just like, oh, it's you. So that now makes sense why she panicked. But she decides to get her revenge. And instead of being very simple about this and just, you know what, let me just take him and smack him against the wall and end him and be done with it. No, she puts the same kind of thing and puts chemicals and all these other poisons and stuff in the room and leaves him in there to deal with it. And she leaves. Goes by the business. She goes to meet up with Harley. Like, that's not going to have consequences. She gets back to Harley. The sharks have wreaked havoc. Like, the place is covered in blood. People done got their arms bitten off, legs bitten off. Sharks are just doing whatever they want to do. Harley don't care. Eventually, Animal Control shows up and starts shooting tranquilizers at the sharks. Harley fights him with a pool noodle because she's trying to protect her babies, even though she don't care about them, but she does care about them. So she's trying to protect them, make sure they're good. And it's just a whole ruckus. Eventually, the guy's like, no, you can't be part of this club. And Lena's like, yes, they can be part of this club because this is exactly what we need. This is great. Don't know what her angle is, but she's protecting Harley and Ivy just like, yes, they should be part of this club. It's something we should definitely have. No problem, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And they end up going home to relax and basking. They set up the kids run around. They try to get hot and heavy again, but kids still run around, so that's unable to happen. In the process is we also see Bane. Bane is walking through because Bane is a member of this club with Goldie and the adoptive story, kid. So they're there, and they're there for a brief role because they're there for the same Dutch immersion program that King Shark is putting his kids into. So they're just there, waiting for Clayface to show up at some point, but they're just there. So, yeah, it just all makes sense that they're all there and everything's kind of coming together as far as the team is concerned. And then eventually we get towards the end scene, the doctor, who we see his watch, because he mentioned his watch earlier. We see his hand come up. It looks like a tree stalk thing or whatever. And he is transformed into some kind of creature. And we don't see what it is. And that's the end of the episode. Now, as far as this stuff goes, why? All of this seemed like it was completely freaking random. And again, I got to wait for the story to play out, see how everything really connects and makes sense with that. But it's just more random anarchy. Like the sharks coming there and doing all stuff they're doing, like that just seemed completely unnecessary. Just like it was just there for whatever reason. Bane being there, if he's not out there doing his thing, again, he's just there. Harley's running around causing freaking ruckus as usual, which I'm okay with. That's what Harley is there for. And Ivy kind of keeps her in check and does the other stuff. But Ivy had her moment with good reason. It makes sense. But the story does not seem like it's going anywhere fun at the moment. And I'm not sure how many episodes this thing has. Probably anywhere from 8 to 12, something like that. Probably. I don't know. But either way, I don't know what they're doing. Like, I kind of want to see more of, okay, Superman. We get Superman out of here on vacation. We know Braniac is up to something and trying to have the perfect society. Lena's got something going on. Are we going to lean more into that and what she's doing? Got to do it a little bit, but not as much. The body program and all that kind of stuff. That's the part that's kind of leading into what is she trying to do with this? And with the old Woodrow guy. But again, with him being taken out and becoming a monster, which wasn't part of the plan, he's just going to be like a random enemy running around. I don't think he's going to have any really wherewithal as far as what's trying to happen, unless he's still fully conscious of his faculties and he's still trying to work with Lena, but he can't be the respectable doctor that was setting up the program to do whatever it needs to do if he's running around as a monster. So, yeah, I don't know where they're going with this. It's kind of a wait and see for me at this point. Am I going to continue watching? Yes, absolutely. I'm going to continue watching. But as of right now, this episode was dog water. I don't really care. Nothing in this episode made sense. The first episode was a whole lot better as far as moving stuff along and we kind of see where it's going. This one, just we're stagnant, standing in the puddle, just trying to figure out, okay, what direction we're going to go in next. So Tell me what you guys think in the comments. Let me know how you feel. Is it a series that you're going to keep watching? Should you keep going? What do you think is going to happen? I don't know. Anything can happen right now. I am literally just here for the show to see how it turns out, so I can say whether it's good, bad, or whatever. And while you're here, might as well go ahead and hit that lovely subscribe button for me. I appreciate it. We thank everybody who subscribes and comes to hang out with us and chat with us. Hopefully the show gets better as it goes along. I do wonder if this show is just going to continue on its own thing, and I don't know if it's going to fold anything in terms of because it started beforehand. It's going to fold in terms of DCU, which Creature Commandos absolutely is, and everything from that going forward. But I think this was something that was already in production and just here, so it's just going to do what it does, and then probably finish off with season 5, and then hopefully that's it for Harley Quinn's show, and we can move on to other DC projects that'll definitely make more sense. So I'm with it. That's all I got. I'll catch you guys in the next one.